Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we'll be testing out the Haus Laboratories Stupid Love Palette. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Oh my delicious little dandelions, how y'all doing? I hope wherever you're at in the world today, you are having a fantastic day so far. I am very excited because yesterday was stunning out and I was able to catch a few rays. I've got a little bit of a tan on, not much, but still, just like with sex, I'll take whatever I can get. Also, huge thank you for all of the love that's been directed my way asking if I'm okay. There was a huge flood in Michigan and a dam broke and a lot of people have been very negatively affected. I live in Grand Rapids, which at least where I'm at is pretty out of the way, but please take all of that positivity, all of that love, all of that good energy and direct it towards the people affected because they probably need all of the love that they can get right now. Kind of a weird transition, so I'm sorry about that, but on to the product that we're reviewing. I'm actually really excited about this. This is not about the people behind it. I love Lady Gaga. I've been a fan of her since her literal beginning, but I kind of had to put the reviews from this brand on hold because it seemed like every review I ended up being really disappointed. And so I just had to give up this brand for a little while, kind of put it to the side and let it evolve, let it find itself, let it expand. And I honestly think it's doing a pretty good job of that. They've not necessarily come out with anything like super groundbreaking or new or original, but they are kind of spiderwebbing into new things. And I think this palette is such a fucking upgrade from the first one. At least price-wise and like packaging-wise. I don't know how the quality is, but it looks beautiful. And I don't know if maybe I'm alone in thinking this, but when I did see the pictures, I was like, Ron? Ron's talking to a fucking squirrel or snail down there. I don't know. Ron, come here. Ron. Yes. So beautiful. Ron. I don't think he can see me. He doesn't know where I am. Ron, my little belly rub. I know I do. Come here, baby. He's a little bit camera shy, but whatever. Anyways, okay, are we done? Like I was saying, the first pictures that I saw of this, I was like, that is definitely an upgrade color-wise, but it still needs something and I cannot figure out what it needs, but it's like almost there, but not quite. So because it is almost there, that does give me reassurance that this brand is growing. It's really trying, so I am so down to give it some more chances. This retails for $48, which is a lot of money, but honestly, for the size of this, I don't think that's that bad. As long as the quality is good. I mean, this is a pretty decent sized palette. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I do like this packaging. I think this is much closer to Lady Gaga's style than her first palette. And I love that she released this kind of in tandem with her music. Like that to me is very, very smart. Extremely good branding. Okay, so let's open this up. I like that. It doesn't look cheap. On the pictures, it kind of read as a little bit cheap to me, but this feels really good quality. The only bad thing about having it look metallic throughout is that little indents right here. They really show, and that to me is what made it look cheap. The rest of it looks great. No big deal. Who the fuck cares? It looks like there's 18 shades here, and this shit is actually eye safe. It's not a pressed pigment palette, which I don't mind. Like, I don't give two shits, but a lot of people do, and that's totally fair. But this palette apparently is completely eye safe. And I like that it's got a little raised texture. Let's open this beast up. Let me see if it's got a little thingy in there. Come on, there we go. Oh, she's thick. Oh, I like that. It is plastic. I do kind of wish more brands would go for like rice paper, but still, I don't know that I've ever seen an insert like that before. You go, girl. You a sassy bitch. Anyways, now we can really open this up. Also, this has a nice weight to it. I do want to point that out. And that typically for most consumers is what makes a palette feel like it's worth it. The shadows might be shit, but if it's weighty, then it's like, oh yeah. It's a total psychology mindfuck, but this is a very nice weight. All right. Ooh, she got a big ass mirror in it too. And here we have the palette. Gonna be real, this is way prettier in person than it is online. Like, I'm looking at the picture and I guess it does look similar, but there's just something about having it in person that it looks different. I almost don't know that there needs to be that missing shadow. Like, this does kind of feel more complete than it did in the picture. It's very vibrant, very colorful. I like this. Let me take the little mirror cover off because sometimes that's better than an orgasm. And oh, it's been a while. Very nice, clean, heavy duty mirror. This bitch could take a beating. This is actually very pretty. Maybe it's just missing like one purple, but that's because I'm a purple hoe. Not every palette needs purple, Nady. I'm just kidding. Every palette needs a purple. No, just kidding. But let's go ahead and swatch and do a look with the sexy bitch. Y'all know the song. Are you ready? It's swatching time. Also, my beard is kind of long today. Sorry if I look a little bit like a Neanderthal. A Neanderthal. Oh, bad dad jokes. Let's swatch this. Oh shit, this has so much fallout. Like, I just lightly tapped into there and now that blue is fucking everywhere. Jeez, it's the matte version of a glitter. First we have 911, Free Woman, Enigma, 1000 Doves, Plastic Doll, Stupid Love, Light Up, Sign, Rain on Me, and Alice. And gonna be real with you, these bitches are fucking beautiful. They do have quite a bit of kickback, at least with swatching, but as long as it doesn't fall out onto my face, I don't really care. I mean, that is kind of a waste of product when all of it just kicks up, but still, if it's good quality, I can forgive that. I also love that there is multi-chromes in here. There's a couple toppers. I really don't have many complaints about this. I think they're really fucking pretty. Last up, we have Sour Candy, Enemy, Peace, Fun Tonight, Motion, Replay, My Mind, and Babylon. And honestly, these are just as stunning as the first swatches. The quality does feel pretty damn good. Like, there's not pigment flying everywhere. It's mainly just in the pan that had fallout. Like, these bitches are sticking very, very well without a primer. They seem very pigmented. The quality on these actually is really decent so far. So I'm curious to know how they'll perform on the eyes. Let's go ahead and wipe these hoes off and hop into a look. All right, I primed my face with some good face oil and I was going through my little collection of like extra stuff over here and I found this LA Girl Pro coverage. It is a little bit too yellow for me, but I want to try it. And hopefully the color isn't too off, but I mean, would anybody be surprised if it were? At this point in the world, UFO sightings would be more common than me finding my correct shade. Okay, nothing against LA Girl. Normally I love their products, but that foundation looked awful on me. So I've wiped that off, reprimed my face, and now I'm gonna go in with some Dior Backstage. And then same Dior Backstage concealer. And to help brighten and set and add more coverage and all that happy fun shit, I'm gonna dip into this Milani Powder Foundation. I don't know what color this is, but it's on the light side for me. Normally I go in with my 100% Pure Bamboo Blurring Powder, but I don't know where it is, and this stuff is so good for setting your makeup. I love it. And then on the rest of my face, I'm gonna take a little bit deeper of a shade and just gently sweep it over everything. It is very warm under all of these lights, and halfway through this review, I don't want my makeup to be on my titties. All right, base face is down. Let's go ahead and prime the eyes. For that, I'm going in with my all-time favorite Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. All right, baby, let's go. I usually like to start off by highlighting the brow bone, so I'm going to dip into this first shadow right here. It's a beautiful kind of milky white, and let's place that right under there. Ooh. Yes, honey, that is like fucking paint. Damn, Poppy, yes. Gonna look like a fucking clown by the end of this video. Me acting like that isn't every video. I don't know if it's the primer because that stuff really is magical, but this is sticking down fantastically. It is very, very pigmented. But who needs sex when you've got good makeup palettes? We are off to a great start, a much better start than 99.9% of my hookups have ever been. And I'm not really sure what I want to do. I haven't seen any reviews on this, but I did see in Nikki Tutorial's thumbnail, she did 2 looks. Even though I know that's what I should do, I don't like doing that because I just don't feel complete at the end of the video, and I can't give like a good yes or no answer. But you know what? I feel like that's what we're gonna have to do today. So let's start with this eye. I'm gonna dip into Plastic Doll, and holy kickback. Even when I'm very, very gentle, this shit is like flying everywhere. This might be one of those palettes that's better if you do your face last. Maybe I should put some powder down. We'll just set this right under here just in case there's a fallout. Use protection, folks. This is literally the makeup version of a condom. Now back to this. Let's go in with that pink, and I'm just gonna sweep that back and forth all along the crease line and slowly blend it up towards the brow so that that white isn't so fucking poppin'. That is like really, really bad in the pan. Like, I can absolutely live with it, but I just feel like that is an excessive amount of waste happening. But on the eyes, that shadow is really, really pretty. Holy shit, y'all nearly fell to your death. I almost dropped the camera off the desk. Why don't we go ahead and do both eyes at the same time? So I'm gonna give this a really good color switch so that there's nothing left on this brush. And where I put the pink on this side, why don't we dip into the blue? Once again, an extreme amount of kickback, like absurd. But here we go with this, and I'm just gonna put this all along the crease line back and forth just like I did with the pink. And oh, that one's a bit splotchy, which I do kind of expect. Blues are very difficult to make. You have to to really build them up. And this one is certainly no exception, but once you do start building it up, it's really pretty. It just needs a few layers, and it is kind of doing the thing that a lot of blues do where it gets dark when it hits any moisture. So up here, I don't know if you can see it, it's a completely different color. It's like a dark gray. Not that I mind, it is still really, really pretty, and when you blend everything out, that patchiness completely disappears. But do know that this might transform a little bit on you. Otherwise though, it's pretty. Now I think for this side, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into Stupid Love. I'm gonna take this and kind of push it right into the crease line. To really try to use every color in here, I'm probably gonna end up cutting the crease. So let's go ahead and kind of deepen this part up. That's a really nice shadow. Those colors go together so well. Ugh. It blends out marvelously. Again, there is no fallout underneath my eyes at all. Like, you go, bitch. I'm loving this palette so far, other than that kickback, which is a little bit cray to me. I'm also gonna deepen this outer bit up a little bit more with some of my mind. I'm gonna start right here and just push it into the socket all the way to the inner corner and around town. Ooh, that's really nice too. You don't need to like dig into the pan to actually get pigment, and what you put on your eye blends out really well, but it doesn't like fade to nothing. Switching over to this side, I'm gonna deepen it up with a little bit of a sign. Okay, if any of them have fallout, I'm assuming it's probably gonna be this one, but let's see. I'm gonna gently pat it onto the outside and then press it into the eye socket just like I did the other one, and I'm being so fucking gentle. I'm just making light sweeps, and now that it's off my brush and on my eyeball, let's go ahead and bring it back and forth. Oh god, that feels good. That's actually a very decent blue as well. Like, it's applying to the eye and sticking. Even though my primer is pretty much dry, it's not like blowing off my face, and there really isn't much underneath my eye. But I actually think that's really, really pretty. What do you think? In person, it looks great. There really isn't much patchiness. You might be seeing something completely different because everything always transfers differently on a camera. But from where I'm sitting, it looks good. So with some Tarte Shippy Tippy, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease the same way on both sides. And on this side, why don't we go ahead and lay down some of the orange, and then we can put a shimmer over that, but we can start with this as a nice base. So this is Enemy. And let's pat that on right there. Ooh, yes, queen, that is pretty. But because this is a matte going on something a little bit damp, it is gonna get darker, so I'm not gonna take this all the way up to the edge of the concealer. I want a little bit of light showing so that we can see that there is a cut crease, and then I'm just gonna put shimmer over all of this. But that's really pretty. I like this. I think on the inner part of the eye, I wanna see what 1000 Doves looks like, so I'm gonna take that on a brush. I may end up having to use my finger. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, let me try applying it with my finger. This does seem more like a topper. It's not the most pigmented thing in the world, and it kind of is showing up, but not really. Let me try Sour Candy. Well, that doesn't really want to go down either. All right, I am instead gonna try this with a wet brush, and I'm gonna dip back into Sour Candy. And not a lot wants to go on the brush. Why don't I kind of mix these two shades? Create something a little different here. Oh, there we go. It just needed a little bit of moisture. I mean, relatable. It's definitely not my favorite. Like, for the price point, I do feel as though you could get better quality shimmers in palettes, but the mattes really are good, and I think if you were gonna put this directly onto a concealer, it would probably be fine. If it's not going onto something a little bit damp, I don't know that it would stick, because right now this is just barely going on and it's hardly staying on. So yeah, there's that. That's probably as good as we'll get that. It kind of turned ugly. It's probably my own fault somehow, but I'm gonna try packing on a little bit more with a freshly moistened brush. Actually, I do think that's helping. I don't know how it looks on the camera, but in person, it's really not that bad. But is it my proudest moment? No. If this look was an award, I would be like standing in the back and like crouching my head. But at the same time, it could be much worse. And I had really wanted to go in and use this teal as a base over here, but I don't know that I should do that. Knowing that the shimmers don't stick down to mattes, maybe we shouldn't. Instead, why don't I use this on the bottom? So let's pick up some Rain on Me. I'm gonna press that shit right into the concealer. Oh, bitch, you pretty. Okay, 10 out of 10. This lays down way better on something wet. So do I. Very pretty. Then I think kind of from the center outwards, let's put on some Fun Tonight. Ooh, that bitch is a chunky monkey. Here we go. Let's kind of place it right there. Oh, Oh, that's pretty. Truthfully, I think I like the more colorful blue side more than I like this side, but neither of them are awful. The colors seem to work together pretty well. Like, we haven't come upon anything that I've been like, you are trash, bitch. And then just out of sheer curiosity, I want to dip into Motion. This was like a matte black with some really pretty holographic shimmer, and I'm gonna place that right here on the outer corner. I don't know that it's gonna really have much shimmer left, but we can see. Maybe if we make it a little bit deep out here, we can then cover it with a little bit more of that blue shimmer, which, oh, that's pretty. I can already tell you this is a million times better than that first palette. If you were kind of thrown off by it, or even if you loved it, you're probably gonna really like this. Take a little bit more fun tonight and kind of blend it with that black. It's a little bit right there too, why the hell not? Now for the lower lash on this side, I'm gonna hop my testes into a bold ass color with some Enemy. That is really pretty. It's applying magnificently. There is no fallout. A lot of times when I try to put color on the lower lash line, it just does not work, but I mean, we can see that, can't we? Keep building this up till it looks like I face fucked a carrot. And then on this side, we're gonna go in with Peace. I'm really curious to see if this one will stick down. Let's see. It actually is. I am shooketh. I know I keep saying it, but I'm really liking this palette so far. I'm a color hoe, and these colors actually are pretty good quality. I'm gonna deepen up under the eye with some My Mind. I'm gonna start by placing it in between the lashes, and then when it feels like most of it's off my brush, I'm gonna kind of edge it in just like that and gently sweep it. And what the hell, let's go really dark on the other side, and I'm gonna try a little bit more of Motion, just a little tiny bit, like that is way too much. And once again, I'm just gonna press this in between the lash line and then gently blend it out. And that seems to be playing very nicely with the blue, but I am noticing that some of the blue is kind of like flying off and leaving a bit of like splotchiness. It's not terrible, and you would have to be like right up in my eyeball, like licking it to notice. Don't plan on very many people licking my eyeball today, but if that's a thing you're into, just know they might see some splotchiness. Otherwise, it looks good. Just to highlight the inner corners on either side, let's dip into Light Up. If it'll even go down, which it absolutely will not. That too is a very chunky bitch. More like big thick glitter, so it's not really adding a whole lot. Oh, it's much prettier on this side though. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put on liner and lashes, finish up my face. I will see you in just a second. And here we are with the final looks. I really like both of them. I think now that I have lashes and shit on this eye, I do like it a lot better now, but this side for me is the clear winner. But I don't have much to complain about like either side really. There are definitely two big issues that I have with the palette, but mostly I have positive things to say here. The negatives, one is definitely the kickback. Like, I feel as though I'm wasting half of the fucking pan every time I use it. If you don't have an issue with it, then no problem, but I don't like that. It's not like it fell off the brush when I was applying it. Like, there was very little fallout underneath my eyes. They looked great, and any fallout that there was, I was able to easily dust away because I put that powder down. The only other big issue that I have with it is the shimmers aren't that good, at least the ones that I used. Maybe I just used the wrong ones, I don't know, but I feel like in that price range, you can get palettes with beautiful shimmers, and those are pretty swatched, but they're kind of difficult to apply. Maybe it was user error, it totally could be, but if I use this palette again, I probably would stick to using the mattes and then use another palette for the shimmers. But those are the only two negatives that I can find. Like, the mattes are amazing. They're so pigmented. They blend out beautifully. There's a lot to choose from. Like, even if you're not a colorful hoe like I am, you can still create very, very neutral, tame, everyday looks. And because there are a few little nice baby pops of colors in there, if ever you're feeling wild and want to spice it up, you do have that option. So, do I think this palette is worth the price? I think I actually do. I know some of the shimmers are a little bit iffy, but otherwise, I think this palette is actually fucking great. If you like blues or like rusty tones, then yes. But if you already have these colors in other palettes, you don't need to like jump off your rocker and buy this. Yes, the quality is good, but I do have like 20 other palettes that I could easily create either of these looks with. But if these colors are new to you and you do want the quality, then yes, I definitely recommend it. I'm so glad we finally had a product from them that I'm actually like creaming myself over. A bit of a dry spell there for a second, but we are back and we are gushing. Ew, 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 ew. Anyway, anyways, there you go. Thank you all so much for being here. I love having you. Also, I do have a petition out right now for YouTube to fix its fucking glitch. It keeps unsubscribing people without them knowing, and it's also doing this thing where even if you check the bell, it doesn't let you know that somebody's uploaded. So I have a petition going for that. It's free to sign. Please feel free to do so. I'm gonna hop it over to YouTube and see if maybe they can get their shit together. Also, if you do want to support me and my channel a little bit more, we are on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get content a day early. You get special little videos. There's lots of little golden nuggets over there. Plus, it's cheap and fun, just like me. But yes, I'm sending everybody so much love, so much sex, and so much happiness. Like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.